Hey everyone, and welcome to the Financial Fix Blueprint. What if I told you that most of what you think you know about money is fundamentally wrong? We use money every single day, yet for most people, the world of finance feels like a confusing, locked door that ends today. This video is the essential guide to the absolute basics of personal finance. We are going to go back to square one. We'll uncover what money actually is, break down the most powerful wealth-building tool in history, expose the silent enemy that's stealing your savings, and reveal the 5 most common beginner mistakes that cost people years of financial freedom. If you are ready to finally understand your money, take control of your financial future, and lay the bedrock for massive wealth, hit that like button right now. Grab a notebook, because this is the Financial Fix Blueprint. Beginner's Masterclass. Let's start with the most basic question of all. What is money and how does it really work? Money, it's the most powerful tool in the modern world. It can buy you food and shelter, start a business, or fund a dream. But for something we use every single day, how many of us truly understand what it is? Today, we're not just defining money. We're revealing the invisible forces that control it, and showing you how to take back control. The origins of money. Imagine a world without money. It's the world of barter. Let's say you're a blacksmith who needs to eat. You have a brand new horseshoe, and you need milk. You walk up to a farmer, but the farmer doesn't need a horseshoe. He needs a haircut. So now you have a new problem. This is the double coincidence of wants, a fancy term for a simple frustration. It's what made direct trade so inefficient. To fix this, people created a universal tool, money. The first forms were simple anything with a recognized value like shells, salt, or cattle. Eventually, we moved to precious metals like gold and silver. These were portable, durable, and everyone agreed they had value. Money was no longer about a direct trade. It was a promise. It was the solution to a problem that humanity has been solving for centuries. The 3 functions of money. Economists break down money's power into 3 fundamental jobs. And these are the building blocks of our entire financial system. First, it's a medium of exchange. This is its most obvious role. You don't need to find someone who wants your exact product. You can sell your work for money, and then use that money to buy anything you need. It's a tool for seamless transactions. Second, it's a unit of account. It provides a common language to measure value. A house isn't worth 1,000 hours of labor and 2 dozen cows. And third, it's a store of value. This is the key to building wealth. You can earn money today and save it to buy something tomorrow. But this function has a silent enemy, inflation. If prices rise and your money loses purchasing power, that value isn't truly stored. It's slowly leaking away. From gold to fiat to digital. For most of modern history, money was directly tied to something tangible, like gold. Your paper currency was a claim check, a promise that you could go to the bank and trade it for real gold. This was the gold standard, and it was all built on a foundation of physical assets. But the world changed. Today, our money is fiat money. It's not backed by gold, silver, or anything physical. Its value comes from a single powerful source: trust. Trust that the government and the central banks will manage it responsibly. And with that trust, money has gone almost entirely digital. The cash in your wallet is a tiny fraction of the total money supply. The rest exists as numbers on a screen, flowing between banks, payment apps, and credit cards. The hidden power of central banks. This is where it gets interesting, and it's a topic most people never think about. Since money isn't tied to gold, who controls how much of it is created? The answer is central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the US or the European Central Bank. They have the power to influence the economy by managing the money supply. When they print more money, it can lead to inflation. When they raise interest rates, it can make borrowing more expensive. Understanding this hidden layer of the financial system is crucial. It asks the difference between being a passenger in the car and getting behind the steering wheel yourself. It explains why your savings might not be growing and why the cost of living keeps rising. Your financial empowerment? So, why should you care about any of this? Because money is the operating system of our lives. If you don't understand how it works, you can't truly be in control. You'll be a passive user, always a step behind. But when you learn this blueprint, the history, the functions, and the hidden levers of money, you unlock a new level of power. You learn why you need to invest, not just save. You understand the true cost of debt. You can spot the opportunities and the risks that others miss. Your understanding is your ultimate financial security. In conclusion, money is more than just a tool. It's a system of trust, a reflection of our collective values, and a roadmap to our financial future. But it only works in your favor if you understand its rules. Saving versus investing, the difference that can make you rich. You've heard it all your life. Save your money, and that's great advice. You probably have a savings account right now, maybe a piggy bank at home. But what if I told you there's a fundamental difference between saving and investing, and that understanding this one difference is the key to building real wealth? Today, we are re-breaking down the two most important actions you can take with your money and showing you which one can truly make you rich. The old way, the art of saving. Let's start with saving. It's simple, right? You earn money, and you put a portion of it aside. Saving is all about safety and accessibility. You put money in a savings account because you need to access it quickly for a short-term goal, like an emergency fund, a new car, or a vacation next year. Think of saving like storing water in a tank. The water is safe, it's there when you need it, and its volume doesn't change. This is the great strength of saving. It gives you security. But it also has a major weakness. Your money isn't growing. In fact, due to inflation, the value of that water in your tank slowly evaporates. $100 today will not buy you $100 worth of goods 10 years from now. Saving is about preserving value, but not creating it. The new way, the power of investing. Now, let's talk about investing. Investing is a completely different game. Instead of storing your money, you are putting it to work. You're using it to buy assets, things like stocks, bonds, or real estate that have the potential to grow over time. Think of investing not as storing water, but as planting a seed. You put a seed in the ground, and with time, it can grow into a tree, producing fruit, or even become part of a larger forest. Investing is about creating value. There's a downside, of course. Just like a seed might not grow into a tree, an investment can lose value. There's an element of risk and volatility, but this risk is what gives you the potential for significant rewards, the difference that makes all the difference. So, what's the golden rule? Saving is for short-term goals. Investing is for long-term goals. Saving is for security. You need a safety net for unexpected events or for a purchase within the next few years. That's your emergency fund, and it belongs in a high-yield savings account. Investing is for growth. You need to build a nest egg for retirement, a down payment on a house in a decade, or a child's college fund. These goals are far enough away that your money has time to ride out the ups and downs of the market and grow substantially. This is the secret to wealth. It's not about finding a magic stock or a hidden trick. It's about understanding that your money can either sit still and lose value, or it can work for you and multiply. This simple principle is the one difference that truly separates the wealthy from everyone else. Saving is the foundation, but investing is how you build the skyscraper. We learned that while saving keeps your money safe, investing is how you make it grow. But how, exactly, does that growth happen? Today, we're going to dive into the most powerful concept in all of finance, a principle so fundamental that Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. That principle is compounding. What is compounding? At its core, compounding is the process of earning returns on your returns. It's not just your initial money that's growing, it's the interest or investment gains from that money that also begin to earn their own interest. Think of it like a snowball. When you first start rolling it, it's small, and it grows slowly. But as it picks up more snow, it gets bigger, and with every turn, it picks up more and more snow, causing it to grow faster and faster. That's compounding in action. Your money is the snowball, and the returns it earns are the snow. The magic of compounding is that it turns small, consistent efforts into a massive force over time. It's not about big one-time wins. It's about a relentless, exponential process that works in your favor. The three pillars of compounding. For compounding to work its magic, you need to understand three simple pillars. First, and most importantly, is time. Time is your greatest ally. The longer you give your money to grow, the more powerful compounding becomes. Let's look at a quick example. Investor A starts investing $100 per month at age 25. Investor B starts investing $100 per month at age 35. Assuming they both earn a 7% annual return, by age 65, Investor A will have a portfolio worth over $260,000. Investor B, they'll have just over $120,000. The difference of just 10 years at the beginning resulted in more than double the final amount. This is the power of time. Second is consistency. Compounding doesn't work if you stop feeding the snowball. Regularly contributing to your investments even small amounts like $20 a week is what keeps the snowball rolling. Consistency over time beats timing the market every single time. Third is the rate of return. The higher your return, the faster your money compounds. A savings account with a 1% return will grow much slower than a diversified investment portfolio with a 7% or 8% average return. While risk is always a factor, the goal is to find an investment that offers a respectable return so compounding can truly kick in. Compounding in real life. Let's put this into a few real-life scenarios. Imagine you reach 20 years old and decide to put $5,000 into a diversified stock market fund that earns an average of 8% per year. By age 30, that initial investment would be worth over $10,000. By age 40, it would be over $21,000. By age 60, that same initial $5,000 would have grown to over $95,000 without you ever adding another dollar. That's nearly 19 times your initial investment. Now, imagine if you added just $50 per month to that initial $5,000. By age 60, your total contributions would be just over $30,000, but your account balance would be an astonishing $430,000. Your money earned more than 10 times what you put in. This isn't magic or a secret trick, it's a mathematical law. It's the most reliable engine for building wealth that has ever existed. The dark side of compounding. So far, we've talked about compounding as your ultimate financial superpower, but this same power can work against you if you're not careful. This is what happens with debt. Just like your investments earn interest on interest, your credit card debt, student loans, or mortgages charge you interest on interest. A small debt today can balloon into a massive, overwhelming amount over time. This is why we talk about fixing your financial foundation first. Because if you have high interest debt, its negative compounding can erase any positive compounding you're trying to build with your investments. So, remember, compounding is a force of nature. It can either be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. Your ultimate financial superpower. So, what's the big takeaway? Compounding is your ultimate financial superpower, but it needs one thing from you: patience. It won't make you rich overnight, but over years and decades, it will turn you into a financial powerhouse. The secret isn't a complex strategy, it's simply starting now. Your money can grow exponentially over time, but what if that powerful force is quietly being erased? What if your money is actually working against you? Have you ever felt like your paycheck doesn't go as far as it used to? A few years ago, $50 could fill your grocery cart, but now it barely covers half of it. That feeling is inflation at work. Today, we're going to expose this silent thief and show you exactly how to fight back. What is inflation? Inflation is simply the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and, subsequently, the purchasing power of your money is falling. Think of it this way: if a bag of groceries costs $100 today, due to inflation, that same bag might cost $103 next year. Your $100 didn't buy less because it lost its value. It bought less because prices went up. A little bit of inflation is normal and even healthy for a growing economy, but when it gets out of control, it can quickly erode your savings and investments. How it steals your wealth. Inflation is a thief, and it operates in two main ways. It erases savings. Let's say you have $1,000 in a shoebox. If the average inflation rate is 3% a year, in 10 years, that same $1,000 will have the purchasing power of roughly $744. That's a 25% loss in buying power, just for letting it sit there. Your money isn't growing, it's shrinking. Think of your money as a block of ice, and inflation as the sun slowly melting it away. It attacks your investments. This is where the real danger lies. You might be making 5% on your investments, which sounds great, but if inflation is also 5%, your real return is actually zero. You're just breaking even. This is why it is so important to invest for a return that is higher than the inflation rate. Your financial defense plan. So, how do you protect your money from this silent enemy? You need a strategic defense plan. Invest in assets that beat inflation. Historically, assets like stocks and real estate have outpaced inflation over the long term. Companies can raise their prices to keep up with inflation, and real estate values tend to rise with rising prices. Your money isn't just sitting there, it's actively trying to outrun the price increases. Avoid leaving too much cash on the sidelines. As we just learned, cash is the most vulnerable to inflation. It's smart to have an emergency fund, but keeping large sums of money in a regular checking account is like putting it on a financial treadmill that's running backwards. Use it or lose it. The sooner you invest it, the sooner it starts working for you, and creating a return that can protect you from rising prices. The inflation controller. Central banks. So, who's responsible for keeping this silent enemy in check? The main organization tasked with this is the country's central bank. In the United States, that's the Federal Reserve, or the Fed, and in Europe, it's the European Central Bank, or ECB. Their primary tool for fighting inflation is something you've probably heard about in the news: interest rates. When inflation gets too high, central banks will raise interest rates. This makes it more expensive to borrow and encourages saving. By making borrowing more expensive and saving more appealing, people tend to spend less. This reduced demand helps slow the economy down and brings prices back under control. It's a constant balancing act. But understanding this process helps you see why the news is always so focused on what the central bank is doing. They are the guardians of your currency's value. Inflation isn't a dramatic crash or a sudden event. It's a slow, steady, and relentless force that quietly diminishes your wealth. But with the right strategy, you can turn your money into a powerful shield against it. Now you know what inflation is and why it's a threat. The next step is putting what you've learned into action. In our next video, we'll give you a simple, practical guide on how to take that money from your bank account and put it to work with ETFs and mutual funds, the easiest way for beginners to start investing. Don't miss it, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep your financial journey on track. Starting your financial journey can feel like learning a new language. There's a lot to take in, and it's easy to make missteps. Today, we're cutting through the noise and directly addressing the top 5 money mistakes beginners make. These aren't just minor errors, they're potholes that can derail your progress and cost you years of financial freedom. But don't worry, we're not just pointing out problems, we're giving you the simple solutions to avoid them. Mistake number 1. Not having a budget. Or worse, having one and ignoring it. This is perhaps the most fundamental error. Many people think budgeting is restrictive, like a financial straitjacket. But the truth is, a budget is your financial map. Without it, you're driving blind. You don't know where your money is going, which means you can't control it. How to avoid it? Start simple. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or even just pen and paper. Track your income and expenses for 1 month. Just observe. Then, consciously decide where you want your money to go. A simple 50-30-20 rule: 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. Debt is a great starting point. Your budget is your permission slip to spend on what matters to you, while saving for your future. Mistake number 2. Letting high-interest debt accumulate. This is the silent killer of wealth, and it often starts innocently with credit cards or small personal loans. While investing allows your money to grow through compounding, high-interest debt allows your debt to compound against you. Those 18 to 25% interest rates can make even small balances explode into unmanageable amounts. How to avoid it? Prioritize paying off high-interest debt aggressively. Look into the debt snowball or debt avalanche methods. The sooner you eliminate this burden, the faster you can free up money for saving and investing, allowing positive compounding to work for you, not against you. If you have credit cards, try to pay them in full every month. Mistake number 3. Not having an emergency fund. Life happens. Car repairs, unexpected medical bills, job loss. These aren't if, they're when. Without an emergency fund, these unexpected costs force you into more high-interest debt, creating a vicious cycle. Your emergency fund is your financial safety net. How to avoid it? Start small. Aim for $1,000 in a separate, easily accessible savings account first. Once you hit that, work towards 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses. This fund isn't for investing, it's for peace of mind. It allows you to weather storms without derailing your long-term financial goals. Mistake number 4. Delaying the start of your investing journey. We just talked about compounding, the 8th wonder of the world. The magic of compounding needs one crucial ingredient: time. The longer your money has to grow, the more powerful it becomes. Many beginners think they need a lot of money to start, or they wait until they understand everything. This procrastination is incredibly costly. How to avoid it? Start now, even if it's just $50 a month. You don't need to be an expert. Simple, diversified investments like ETFs or mutual funds are perfect for beginners. The most important thing is to just get started and let time do its work. Remember, consistency beats timing the market. Mistake number 5. Chasing get-rich-quick schemes or hot tips. The financial world is full of opportunities, but it's also full of noise and scams. Many beginners fall prey to promises of guaranteed high returns or try to day trade their way to millions overnight. This often leads to significant losses and can be incredibly disheartening. True wealth is built slowly and consistently. How to avoid it? Be skeptical of anything that sounds too good to be true. Focus on proven strategies, long-term investing, diversification, and living within your means. Educate yourself, understand the risks, and remember that patience and discipline are far more powerful than any hot tip. If someone guarantees you massive returns with no risk, run the other way. Avoiding these common mistakes isn't just about protecting your money, it's about setting yourself up for incredible financial success. These aren't complex strategies, they're foundational habits that will serve you for life. So, there you have it. From the concept of barter to the power of compounding and the threat of inflation, you now have the foundational knowledge that most people spend their entire lives without. You understand the tools, you know the threats, and you know the pitfalls to avoid the 5 mistakes. This isn't just theory, this is the blueprint. You've gone from financial beginner to someone who understands the rules of the game. That knowledge is your greatest asset. Don't let this be the last video you watch. The next step is to put this plan into action. The single best way to beat inflation and start compounding your wealth is by investing. In our next series, we dive straight into that, starting with ETFs and mutual funds, the simplest way for a beginner to get started. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss that crucial next step. Share this video with one person who needs this financial fix. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.